This semifinal matchup underway. Italy on the left side of the screen in white, Norway on the right in blue. And immediately, Christian Sørum showing us one way down the line.
And that was an early celly from Christian Sørum. He was doing the cool guy, walk away from the explosion almost a little too early because Nicolai ended up getting a touch on that and surprised him.
Well, no, Sørum working the middle of the court to Nicolai. And Nicolai reels in and Anders Mol into the net.
Anders just getting a little bit too aggressive with it and bailing out Nicolai. I feel like that's just the rule of beach volleyball. Anytime you're in the net, either your defender's done something awesome or you've bailed him out from an error.
Heavy jump serve from Nicolai goes out of bounds. Sven, I'll ask you, between you and Lucas, you guys both block. Who's in the net more?
I would say it's me.
It's you, huh? Is that because you're more aggressive at the net? Are you a little off balance at times?
Yeah, I'm a little bit off balance. Still working on my form.
That's fair. Nice touch on the turn from Mol. The no-look left. Does he find hands? No, he doesn't. So nice creative play there off the block. That's a difficult play to make. But Mol with the error.
And we've seen Anders make those plays a number of times. That athletic turn, and then he has the ability to put a shot in left-handed. Just misses that one.
Trouble here off the net. Pretty lovely bump set, and it's a block from Nicolai.
Big block from Nicolai and a valuable one, but that starts with the service pressure. We mentioned the passing precision of Christian Sørum. When you get him out of system, it's so important that you capitalize, and Italy does.
Another tough middle serve. On the run is Cottafava. What a dig. Where does he go here? He goes to the line. Sørum, another opportunity. And to the baby cut. Nicolai waiting and swats.
I ran into Martin Nicolaitis at breakfast this morning. I was talking about their match last night against Nicolai and Cottafava, and he said, did we play great? No. Did we play that bad? No, because Italy played just about perfect, and here they are up 4-2, and Nicolai is playing just about perfect.
This set a little inside for Sørum. Full layout from Cottafava. He's everywhere right now, but bringing that swing a little low. And Nicolai tapping his chest, knows he needs to cover that ball.
Cottafava looked at him and said, where's the cover? And then Nicolai immediately taps his chest. But this starts with a fantastic dig from Cottafava over the high angle block of Nicolai. And that was a good enough set for Cottafava to be able to put it away, but Nicolai knows that he can make that cover, and Cottafava knows it too.
Italy with a 1-point lead. A little bit of tempo to Nicolai, and not a full swing, but just a slap down the line. Kind of similar, Sven, you love those slaps from the right.
Yeah.
Similar vibe there from Paolo.
Yeah, you need to get your arm really early to have him off guard, yeah? To have the tempo to be before Anders. If you wait for that shot like Cottafava did before, then it's pitch black.
Yes. And there is Nicolai reaching back into the line for a monster block. Excellent timing and a move outside the body. Here's the look. Just staying low, sealing that line.
3 blocks now for Nicolai. A full 50% of Italy's points coming off the big man's blocks. He just misses that one long. That is a good serve and a bold lead from Christian.
Up the middle, Cottafava pushing this ball, and wisely Nicolai slapping that option ball, knowing Anders is running up.
And that's so frustrating for the blocker and defender, because if Anders had actually left it, Sørum was all over. It would have been right in his lap, but it's so difficult just to leave that as a blocker.
Trouble on the pass, good save from Mol. Nicolai looking for some fun circus tricks and the tempo back. That's that creativity we spoke about before the match.
Sven, how difficult is it just to track the movement of this Italian team? Because they move everywhere, in transition, in service even. It's so easy for them to disrupt the defense.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible. Also, to know where you're blocking. I mean, we're speaking of Anders. He's the best blocker in the world, and he has trouble blocking these balls because it is moving at such a pace that Paulo has like 1.5 meters, 2 meters to spike this ball right or left. He can leave it, put the tempo, wait a little bit, do a little bit of low shot, and yeah, just so difficult when you're also coming off of an attack of yourself, and they just know what they're doing. I mean, they're not playing together so long. I think it's the 3rd or 4th year now for the Italian duo. And I mean, they're just understanding everything of each other, and it's just nice to see. A little bit Polish vibe.
Little bit Polish vibe, indeed. And it makes them such a fun team to watch, an absolute nightmare to try to deal with defensively, but they will continue to run those plays, tempo both of them, and we'll maybe even see a jump set from either one of them in this match. And no jump set needed on that swing as a thunderous spike down the line for Sørum.
That is a healthy Christian Sørum right there. That is a big swing down the line.
Yeah, we've seen Sørum score when he hasn't had the healthy shoulder, but it seems to not be the issue in this event. Bringing some pace on that swing. Samuele, but it's the set to slap over option from Paolo Nicolai.
That's old school.
The cheeky move from Nicolai. Could we see one of the oldest gold medal matches ever between 36-year-old Paolo Nicolai, 36-year-old Adrian Gavira, and 42-year-old Pablo Herrera? It's an old school tournament.
The legends have come out to ball in Hamburg. A little bit of trouble. Anders from off the net.
And another side out that they cannot put away. I mean, before that, the side out that Christian put away, it was the first one they didn't have any trouble with the blocking or the defense. It was the first clean side out, and yeah, the Italians putting on some real pressure.
10-5. Another tough serve. Good pass from Sørum. The softest nugget of a set from Anders Boll.
And you mentioned the health of Christian Sørum, the lack of KT tape. Well, he is swinging on 56% of his attacks. Anders, typically the more powerful of the two, swinging on just 48% of them.
So switching up a little bit the dynamic, this Norwegian team here. Could be health related, could be the poke set overhead. Magic on the court right now for Italy.
That set is awesome. Now that's not old school. The old poke back shoot set, that's a little new school for Paolo Nicolai.
That's what I was going to say. That is not old school. Deep float at the chest. Trouble here. Anders off speed. Paolo Nicolai towards the line. Fast line shot. And Anders Boll, this doesn't look like he has the energy or pop that we saw yesterday.
We can see the frustration after he hit that shot. We're not going to get a look at it, but he hits it and just sort of slumps his shoulders after that shot and barely gets up to the net. And so he's just frustrated right now.
I mean, the Italians, they play perfectly right now, and so the score says it all. So they need to maybe turn on that block machine.
Where's that switch on Anders? Maybe it's on his back. Sørum can just run up there and turn it on. A bit of trouble. Oh, and it's a net violation for Anders Boll. It would have dropped anyways, but again, a little off balance is Boll at the net.
And Kyle, if the offense doesn't know what they're doing, neither does the defense.
Neither does the defense. 13-7. Big lead here for Italy. Boll poking to the cross court again, opting away from the usual normal heavy swing.
A little off speed from Anders, but he still has all the shots in the book, just doesn't always need them as he gets that poke just around Nicolai. But as you mentioned, Sven, this has been a perfect performance from Italy. This is exactly what Mark Nicolaitis was alluding to when I chatted with him, where at some point there's only so much you can do when a team's playing like this.
Yeah, I mean, they put a huge amount of pressure on the Norwegians right now. They're both serving really great. I mean, I didn't see Paolo serve a jump serve for a little while. I mean, he was playing more as floaties.
Yeah.
And yeah, they have just trouble fixing their side out. And if you have so much trouble with your own game, it's really hard to push your opponent because you have to work on your stuff first. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about the amount of float serves being used in this tournament, and with the indoor facility and how difficult it is to pass float serve, and we're thinking a lot of these jump serves are using more float. You train indoor facility, your Hamburg facility where you guys train is just down the street. Can you talk about the indoor passing and how that is difficult?
It's just frustrating because the ball is dropping at some point, or it's not dropping. You cannot read it. It's yeah, just incredibly difficult, I would say. I also did last year only long floats here.
Yes.
And everyone was suffering.
Everyone
was crazy.
Block machine's turned on. They turned on the block machine.
And that's exactly what Norway needs, is some more blocks from the best blocker, one of the best blockers of all time, Anders Mol. 9-13, plenty of game left for this Norwegian team. No lead is safe against Norway. Soft touch, and then both Norwegian players there.
Such a dainty, deft little shot there by Cottafava, and Christian is only here because he has such an excellent read on it. And it's one of those things where if he didn't have that good of a read, they would have been able to make a play on it because there wouldn't have been a collision.
Samuele with the float. Heavy swing from Anders, but just underneath that ball, doesn't quite get on top of it and sends it long.
And Mo's just a little bit out of sorts on offense at the moment, where, as the stats show, he's not swinging all that much, and when he is, he's just a little bit off. Miscontacts that one. And there might be a little sense of urgency kicking in for the block machine.
Soft cut shot, but it's a net violation from Paolo Nicolai. No complaints as he walks back.
Would have been a fourth block, and another perfectly timed move from Paolo Nicolai. And this is just so frustrating because it wasn't even going over the net. So Nicolai bails out Norway on that one. So difficult not to touch those.
The option goes long, so a rare error for Paolo Nicolai, and now 2 points in a row for Norway.
I think a timeout would be good here. You don't want to let Norway get momentum going. They're going to let it play out, but back-to-back errors. See how Italy responds.
Down the line, Sørum all over it. And Sørum bangs down the line at the pulling block of Paolo Nicolai.
And now they have to take it.
For sure. But I think they will not.
And it doesn't look like they're going to take it. A 5-point lead down to 3. Norway finding a defensive rhythm.
Confident Italian team, trusting the side out. Another perfect pass from Samuele. And he finds his way through the angle. So they said, we don't need no stinking timeout. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Trusting their side out, and their side out's been one of the best in the tournament. Both players siding out at 69% coming in. We've spoken of their transition efficiency at 59% as a team, highest in the tournament.
Nicolai with another heavy jump serve. Good touch there. Samuele gonna save that one. Unbelievable swing from Paolo in a difficult situation.
It looked like if Paolo Nicolai hit that like he would hit a jump serve, that's about where he was taken off from, and finds the deep pocket. Unreal swing.
I mean, that was from 5 or 6 meters, huh?
It takes so much precision and control to find the court there. This ball drifting towards the net. Good save from Mol. Jump set from Paolo. Swiped but covered. Back towards the line, and Norway not sure which way to go.
And it starts with some uncharacteristic passing from Christian Sørum. This has been some of the most I've seen him struggle in serve receive. That's presented Italy with a number of opportunities in transition. That's one of the reasons that they've established a 6-point lead.
Option from Anders, and that one is long as well. And I'm just not sure. Anders not getting the lift there, not getting the arm swing.
He just doesn't look fully 100%. It looks like something's just a little bit off with Anders right now because that wasn't a bad take. Nicolai's running angle to angle, a lot of real estate. The option was the right idea, just couldn't execute.
And sometimes when those balls are spinning as much as they are, it's so difficult to get your hand on them. Sven, you and Lucas run a ton of option plays. Is there a secret? Is there a keyword that you use when you go to attack option balls?
No, we just try to receive it to a little bit over the middle.
Yeah.
And then we need, as the setters, we need to take the decision if we want to jump set or not. And we're not, when I receive, I try to call it if the blocker is there or not. So, okay, take it or free or something like this. But yeah, it's just a lot of exercise. It's crazy. Yeah.
Speaking of crazy, that poke shot from Anders Mol into the corner, the jumbo poke goes down.
Saw that one yesterday too. Anders breaking out all the stops, mixing up his offense quite a bit. Now this set is virtually over, but Norway's just trying to get a little bit of momentum, trying to get the trajectory of the match flowing their way into set number 2.
That option, no error this time from Paolo Nicolai. Italy kind of making quick work of Norway, something we never say in this booth. 21-14.
I can't tell you the last time I've seen Norway lose by 7. And Sven, you've played him. How difficult is it to do what Italy just did to Norway?
Yeah, I don't know. You have to be so consistent on your own side out. That's the most important thing against Norway. Don't let them get the breaks and those multiple stops in a row especially. But I mean, I think the most important thing in this first set was the service pressure. They were so many times out of position. Like I told before the match, that's the goal you have to do with Christian and Anders. And yeah, I mean, you also said it, Anders is looking a little bit off. He had, I think, 3 or 4 really mishits where he puts the ball just way outside, and that is not a thing you see that often with Anders. Yeah.
Yeah, a bit rare to see from the best blocker in the world right now, possibly not at 100%. So what can Christian Sørum do to lift up his partner and rise to the occasion? They're going to have some work to do in the second set because Italy just playing perfect volleyball and efficient volleyball in that first set.
Yeah, I think you have just to get this set out of your mind and take the restart button and get some rhythm in, and yeah. But I think we will see a little bit closer set now, for sure.
Start of set number 2. Outside Cottafava, he chips down the line. Sørum is there. Sørum poking deep. Cottafava trying to turn and get a hand on it, but not able to control it.
Now, I love that move from Cottafava. So many defenders would have shuffled into the sharp angle like Cottafava does and just gives up, but he makes the move to go get a touch on it. Doesn't make the play, but I love the mindset of Big Sam.
Yeah, not much else you could do there, and just hard enough to even get a hand on that ball when you're not looking. The option on the running slide for Paolo Nicolai. A steady dose of options from the big man.
And at the beginning of the 2023 season, they were falling off a little bit. They were losing in qualifiers. They were almost in challenge qualifiers. And it was at this tournament they started breaking out options and jump sets, and that has been the key that has unlocked this team.
Anders Mol trying to sneak one down the line, and Paolo Nicolai says not today.
2 of the most telling numbers from that first set, Kyle and Sven. 3 blocks for Paolo Nicolai, make it 4, and just 6 kills for Norway in the entire first set, having a lot of trouble putting the ball to the floor.
Anders here looking for a cut shot, and it would have dropped if it had cleared the net, but it does not.
Again, just a little bit off. Wasn't a miss hit, just tries to go too sharp, but that didn't need to be that perfect.
Continuing to attack Mol. Soft angle chip there. Anders in a much needed side out.
You know who Anders is reminding me of right now, the way he's playing with that front meter of the court, is Kusti Novak of Estonia, who just always plays with the soft little touch shots in that front meter.
Shout out to Kusti Novak, the Estonian. Such a creative player. And Mol looking for the trickler ace, doesn't find it.
That's kind of the way this match has gone for Norway, right? Where you almost get a lucky break and the net says, not today. Not quite yet.
Sørum takes that look, and patented Sørum line swing out of reach of Cottafava.
I'm wondering about the serve to Sørum instead of Anders, where Christian, he struggled passing a little bit in that first set, but as far as side out goes, it's been Anders who has been struggling. Now, backwards hat Anders is gone. We have hatless Anders. Olympic Anders is back.
Olympic Anders is back. He's given up the backwards hat. Let's see if that can turn the tide for him in this second set. Samuele, and another net violation from Anders Mol. It's rare amount of net violations for Anders.
What's the rule? Anytime you hit the net, either your defender's done something awesome or you've bailed him out, and Christian does something awesome. What a dig that was from Sørum.
Back to Anders they go. Another soft shot from Anders Mol, continuing to go to the cut.
And again, it's just that front meter of the court. He's playing around with those baby cuts, those soft lines, and Cottafava's going to start cheating up a little bit so he can get his hand on those.
Float serve to Samuele. Jump set, magic, trickery here in Rothenbaum.
Sweden might not be here, but Italy's pulling a little bit of Sweden out of the playbook. The jump back set from the 36-year-old, just sauce from Nicolai.
And look at this distance from the jump set. It's just so hard for the blocker to cover the second ball there and then run 4 meters to the other side. It's not possible.
That's why teams hate playing you and Lucas. Absolute nightmare to play against you guys.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Back to the line. Sørum doing a good job digging those line shots. Protecting his face is Cottafava. Oh, casual left-handed dig from Sørum. Samuele back to the line. Unbelievable cover. What a rally here. And Anders Mol finishes it.
The long, long rally kept alive by Cottafava so many times, and then Anders putting away the overset. Tremendous defensive battle, and you have to wonder if that's one of those points, those long grinding rallies that kind of turns the match in Norway's direction.
Cottafava out wide, and the blocking machine has been turned on.
Must have heard you, Sven. Block machine is turned on. Anders Mol's third, and another angle block set up by Norway. And they're going for another angle on both Cottafava and Nicolai.
And when Samuele doesn't side out one ball, Paolo Nicolai is there to pick him up with the options.
One of the many elements of this Italian team that I love is the ability of both players to pick up the other when they're struggling. When Nicolai is struggling, Cottafava can do all kinds of cheeky stuff. He can get his serve going. He can make plays in defense. When Cottafava is struggling, Nicolai can break out the jump sets, the options, and bail him out.
That deep float goes long. 8-7, Norway looking a bit better than they ended that first set after giving up a 7-point lead to Italy in that first set. Another another option, but it's dug from Sørum. And Sørum Hayat down the line.
Christian Sørum starting to take over this match a little bit. Perfect positioning on that option play from Nicolai, just hanging out the deep seam, perfect pass, and an absolute thumper in transition.
Short serve. The softest touch on that option. That requires so much skill to find the sand.
Just a little, mwah, just a little, with a kiss from Paolo Nicolai.
It's so dangerous to run these short serves on these teams, because when the reception is not out of position, you will get butchered.
As we saw there, and that time, Italy, Samuele Cottafava finds the sand down the line.
And I'll come back to it over and over and over again. It is the transition efficiency of this Italian team. Cottafava has been spectacular in transition. That starts with the setting from Paolo Nicolai.
The veteran showing us how to transition set. Kind of a free ball opportunity for Paolo Nicolai. The set over, Sørum's all over it. Oh, and that is a big error from Italy. Paolo Nicolai was looking for that back shoot. Samuele thought otherwise.
And it starts with a tremendous read from Paolo Nicolai. He's seen the baby shots from Anders one too many times, makes a wise pull, and you saw the frustration from Anders after Nicolai dug the shot, and Cottafava trying to get cheeky, taking it out of Nicolai's hands. Good break for Norway.
Cottafava back to the line. Sørum has been there on those line shots, not this time.
And I wonder what the call was, because Anders jumped into the angle, so I don't know if that was a read from Anders or Sørum just doing a little double up in the backcourt. Now they have the freedom to kind of go free safety a little bit in the backcourt, so Cottafava getting away with a line shot there maybe.
And that deep float serve goes into the net as we go into our technical timeout. And Sven, you talked about you using that deep float serve here last year, and what is so effective about that deep float serve? Why do you like it so much?
At first, not a lot of players do it, so it's a little bit something you don't know so well as a receiver. The ball has so much time to move and do something, to drop off, to float long, and it's just uncomfortable. If you have a good contact, so much can happen, and you have to be so quick on your feet, and if you're not used to this, it can be a really hard serve to receive.
Yeah, personally, I hate passing the deep float serve, and like you said, it's
you
in
should
the air.
try indoors. It's the worst.
We Travis and I did a little segment earlier in the week about passing the float serve. Travis's first ball over the net to me dropped completely, and I shanked the crap out of it.
I'd like to take credit for the good serve, but I'm just going to credit the indoor arena here, because I can just hit that same serve, and sometimes it's going to go right, sometimes it'll go left, and that's why it's such a deadly serve.
Nice pickup there. What a scoop from Sørum, just sliding in. Now the line, Sørum's there again. Poking back toward the angle is Anders Mol. Anders Mol on the ground for just a little second there.
And you just have to wonder if he's 100%. But I love that little look at the bottom just to see where the defense is, where Nicolai's coming from and going the other direction. Such a smart play from Anders, where it seems that volleyball IQ is going to have to be what carries him through when he's physically not all there.
Angle blocks is the call. High off the hands goes Cottafava. No one's going to chase that one down.
That is a heavy, heavy arm from Cottafava. Sven, he's not that tall, but what makes Sam so difficult to actually get a block to go down?
He has just a whip in his arm, and it's so difficult to read when he's going to hit it, and he can hit it so quick that you have to be there so early, but he can also like do a little bit of timing differentiating and take it late, and this is not easy to read as a blocker.
Yeah, throw in the lefty as well, which is, you don't see that often here. And then the little slide, running cut shot from Samuele.
As we said in Stad, lefties are good for at least one weird point per set. I don't know if this one qualifies, but that'll do.
That'll do indeed. Norway holding on to a 1-point lead. Sørum takes a look. The baby line, both Italian players are there. Paolo Nicolai gets a hand on it, but it's gone.
And this is so difficult for the blocker to leave, even though the Cottafava, he has the right read here, and it's going to be an easier play for him to make with both platform arms on it. Such a bummer when both players are on the right read.
Tempo outside. Cottafava with a dart to the angle, brilliant.
Nice adjustment from Cottafava, where He had gone high line and high line and high line, and Sørum had dialed it in, and then he'd gone into the sharp angle that Anders blocked. Now he's taking some speed off and carving around.
Mole just trying to crank it, and Paolo Nicolai is all over.
That is an excellent move from Nicolai. He's lined up in the line and watches outside the body. Watch him drop that right hand into the seam and then closes it off with the ping pong off the left as well. Massive block to tie it up at 14s.
And the option from Sørum. They're running, as Paolo Nicolai running up to the net. That scores.
I don't think I ever saw Christian take an option. I don't know. Maybe that's also a sign.
I was going to say, I saw you react in surprise over there.
Definitely a sign at the health, possibly, of Anders Mole, and Sørum trying to pick him up any way he can. And there is a brilliant little slap for Paolo Nicolai.
That is just such a high contact point from Nicolai. Look at how high he attacks that and then gets some speed with it as well.
Just kind of pushing that ball around the block. At the chest of Mole, this is a little bit trouble. Good timing on that swat from Paolo. And that angle dig up the seam goes Sørum.
And Sven with a little, after that set. Maybe close to borderline on a double or a lift, but for the most part, they've been letting everyone play out here on center court in Hamburg. I don't mind the no call there, especially this late in the set of a well-fought set.
No, it was a good set for sure, but Anders is usually such a great setter that when he's a little bit off guard, you already say,
it's just such a surprise.
Surprisingly, not a perfect set.
This is a better set from Anders, even though it's tight. Paolo Nicolai maybe getting stuck, not jumping there. Kind of a weird play. Norway, for all of their difficulties in this match, still up by 2. Cottafava calmly into the high line.
Beautiful.
That is a perfect shot from Sam Cottafava, and it's crazy to say that 2 points is the biggest lead Norway's had this entire match.
Trickle serve. Mole is there. And Mole again continuing to use the soft shots.
And really nice pass on the short serve. I like the idea of serving him short. Now Anders taking a second.
He looks drained. I think he's not feeling good.
Cottafava. Fast line, Sørum there, but can't keep it in play for Mole to get it.
It's an excellent touch from Christian Sørum just to get it sliding left, scooping it up with that left hand. Almost gets that to go in the net. Now the question here is, can Norway hang on to win this third? And then the question that would follow that is, does Anders have the juice to take a third set?
It's a lot to ask for this Norwegian team. Can never underestimate them, though. Oh, and another soft shot, and Samuele just a second late.
He's starting to change up his defensive positioning. He's moving up and closer into that front meter of the court, because this is a play that previously he wasn't getting a touch on, and now he's getting almost a full platform on.
Norway inching themselves closer to a third and final set. Option from Paolo, and there's that movement. You get Cottafava running behind, and it opens up the option.
And it's so smart, because as Cottafava runs this way, Sørum has to go to his left as Mole chases him out, so that allows Nicolai to know exactly where Sørum isn't going to be.
Jump serve, nicely handled from Sørum. Oh me, oh my, Christian Sørum bringing the heat.
And this is different from the usual pattern of how you play Norway, where right now I think you avoid Christian Sørum at all costs.
Set point for Norway. Now Nicolai out of the middle. High hands. Chance here. Another turn. The jump set. Holds Anders Mol just enough.
And it was also the hesitation from Cottafava. He went and fake ran a back set, jabbed out to his left, and that held Anders just enough to be late on that jump set from Nicolai.
Norway needing one side out to go to 3, and they're going to get a free one as Samuel Cottafava sends that one wide. Norway, after an abnormal first set, losing by 7, hold on in the second set, 21-19. Another 3-setter here on Championship Sunday. That's what the people came to see.
And in the 10th meeting between these two teams, we are going 3 for the 7th time. Wouldn't expect any less from these two. And also, how good is Norway that you can take Anders at what looks like to be 50-60%, and you're still going 3 with Cottafava and Nicolai playing some of the best volleyball I've ever seen him play?
Yeah, I mean, they're just that good. I mean, if you now add up this reborn Christian, as you might say, maybe with a new shoulder, I don't know what they did to him, and reduce also Anders, then the Swedes are going to have to work really hard to beat them like they did this year.
The reborn Christian. I like that. Red Bull gives you wings, maybe Red Bull gives you a new shoulder.
Okay, bring me a Red Bull right now. I'm ready for a new shoulder right now. Brilliant game here. Back and forth we go. Like you said, Anders Mol just not looking 100%. Doesn't mean Norway still can't win. That's the sign of greatness. Finding ways to win when your back's against the wall. And they're going to have to work here in this third set. It's a race to 15. The line shot goes down. Better lift on that approach from Anders Mol.
And a deeper shot as well, where now Anders is mixing up the depths of his shots. We saw Cottafava cheating forward to those short ones. Now Anders mixing up with a deep high line.
Double angle block. High off the hands is covered. Nicolai is going to have a turn. Sørum is there. And Christian Sørum, cool and calm, slaps that one for the kill.
And this is one of the cleanest matches I've seen from Christian. Now, he's a remarkably clean player, but every opportunity he has gotten, he has made sure to take care of the ball.
Yeah, but also props for Anders with this set. I mean, also out of this position, not easy to do.
And the defense of Sørum starting to take up real estate in the mind of Samuel Cottafava.
And even if that line shot was inbounds and it was out by about a ball's length, Sørum would have been all over. 3-0 start for Norway.
Soft option, Sørum is there again. And Sørum right up the middle for the kill. It's a 4-0 start for Norway.
And there's the early timeout from Italy. I tell you what, this is 2019 Christian Sørum right here. This is vintage Christian Sørum. Some of the best volleyball I've seen from him in a long time.
Switching up the tempos of his arm and just recognizing the blocker and the defender, hitting the little spaces in between them. Yeah, just amazing to see him this athletic again. I mean, there was a little time where he was, I think, not at 100% now, and it's so good to see him back.
He certainly seems 100% now. Now, Sven, if you're Italy, you're in the timeout, you're sitting in those chairs right there. What are you talking about? What are you saying to Nicolai?
I think they have to look at what they did good in the first set. And for me, this was especially the service pressure. I mean, Nicolai stopped with the jump service and switched to the floaties. And yeah, I mean, 4 breaks in a row or 3 breaks in a row now. Yeah, you just have to make the side out and get your rhythm back.
Beware of options from Nicolai to bail out Sam. Not on this one.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Backwards hat or not. Anders Mol has come and rose to the occasion with the blocking.
Big block from Anders, and Cottafava is having a tough time with this big angle block of Anders Mol. The high line is gone, the sharp angle swing is gone. Cottafava is going to have to find a new answer.
And of course, the pressure stays on Samuele. He chips towards the line, and a huge, crucial side out for Italy.
Love the mix up to the back set for Cottafava. The little push tempo set to the right wasn't working. Moved around the defense and got them to accidentally double up.
Oh, and not listening to your advice, Sven, as Paolo float served that one into the net as well.
I mean, it's also really challenging, especially as a blocker, to make a 3-set match and yeah, go all in with the jump service. It's just so draining to do it.
Yes.
So he's also an old man, huh?
He is old.
That was a joke.
36. Not the oldest out here, as we saw Pablo Herrera, 42 years young, just a little bit ago. Here is Sørum. Ooh, nice scoop from Samuele. This set a little inside. Chance here. Good effort here from Italy. The fans loving it. And an open net miss from Anders Mol, something you will just never see.
What a play from the Italians to keep that ball alive. Sam Cottafava, the diving dig right after Nicolai gets that up. And then this swing from Nicolai, also an admirable one, well off the net. And now we have a double angle defense on Anders in transition, and he sends it long.
Could be a big momentum play for Italy, and Anders Mol says no, none of that.
Beautiful shot from Anders, who's just continues to break out every shot that is possibly in the toolbox. He is digging deep into it.
7-3 on the side change. Norway holding on to a 4-point lead. At the chest of Cottafava. Cottafava, crafty swing up the middle.
Smooth swing by Cottafava, and so important for him to get back in that offensive rhythm we saw in that first set. Get going with those first ball side outs again.
There's the jump serve you were looking for, Sven. Sørum on an open net. Paolo Nicolai may be a little indecisive.
I think went a bit early on that pull dig, and you could see the frustration from Nicolai right after, where this is a perfect set. And Christian Sørum, he's burying balls right now. I think that might have been a little bit ill-advised on the pull.
Just a touch. The jump bump back set.
Wow.
Something we don't see very often. Old dog learning new tricks.
Sven, you said, wow. How difficult is this set to make that Nicolai? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he was going for the jump set with the overhand, and just to change up the tempo and have the strength in the core to hold this and in the air and make a perfect bump set out of this. Yeah, incredible.
I mean, a very David Amon-esque, someone who does it frequently, and I think it goes, we overlook the immense skill required to do such plays out on the sand. It's not a level surface. We're out here on the sand. 9-5. Soft option shot goes down, and a little bit of a yes-ah there from Samuele.
Smart play from Nicolai. That's exactly what they need to get the pressure off of Sam just a little bit. Keep optioning if you're Nicolai. He's been very, very effective with his on-two plays. He's mixed up. He swung angle, swung line, little baby cutty on-two.
I mean, super efficient for Paolo Nicolai. Don't see him going away from that. 6-9. And there is some heat that we have not yet seen in this match from Anders.
He's still got a little pop in there somewhere, does Anders?
I mean, in the end, it's a semifinal in an Elite 16, so for sure he will crank it up a little bit.
I think whatever was bothering him, he's starting to feel warm, and that one goes into the net. So he cranked it up a bit on that swing, but needed a bit more on that serve. see if Cottafava goes back to Mol. Poking deep, and there's an error from Anders Mol.
And Italy's just been chipping away and chipping away. Remember, our first side switch was 5-0 Norway, and now they're down just 2. Still have some work to go and not a lot of time to do it, but momentum is slowly shifting in Italy's direction.
Where does Anders go here? To the cross court, guess who's there? Cottafava. Good control. Oh, and Cottafava trying to be sneaky down the line. Anders Mol is there.
And that's a play that you're going to bookmark.
Yeah.
The play that went from potentially 9-10 in-system opportunity in transition to 11-8. Not an easy ball to hit, but one that Italy needed, I think.
Overhead, Cottafava. Oh, that's a sexy little cut shot right there from Cottafava.
Beautiful.
Excellent touch on that cut shot from Cottafava, and I love him mixing up, running those back sets. The back sets have been reliable for him. You get the defense moving, you have to make them get a new call, and Cottafava has all the shots in the book.
Jump serve from Paolo. Ball goes down the line, a little fist bump to boot.
And you mentioned it, Sven. It's a semifinal of an Elite 16. Even if Anders is drained, even if there's something going on, he's in a little bit of pain, he's still, this is closing time. You got 3 points left. He's going to bring the swings back out.
Good short serve on Samuele, and a net violation as Nicolai just trying to keep that one alive.
And there's that dropping float serve we mentioned a number of times. That one just going straight down to Cottafava's right leg and had a difficult time passing it. Big, big point for Norway.
That one drops a little too soon. You want them to drop after it clears the net. Not the case that time for Mol.
Now the pressure is on Italy to go on a big run, and you need a big serve from Cottafava.
That's a good one. High set for Christian Sørum, and the biggest swing of the match goes down for Norway.
Sørum is just there.
Yes.
He's here to deliver.
The mailman delivering all day long, even on Sunday. Ooh. Everyone holding their breath. And Rothenbaum on that serve is just missing by a few centimeters.
Call that a bold leave, but a good one. Now Italy needs 3 straight points, or Norway will be marching on to yet another final on the Beach Pro Tour.
Good middle serve. Anders Mol to go into the gold medal match. He does. That cut shot has been not his best in this match, but it comes out when he needs it most.